Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and today I'm very excited to be checking out Oathsworn Into the Deepwoods. I'm also very excited to see where it's charting on the popularity chart, because I know it launched at noon, but I don't know where it's going to be. I'm going to make a bold prediction and say, judging at their main image, and I will say I think their main image is fantastic, at least it was the pre-launch. I'm going to go with number 1. Let's go. Oh God, get a critique of the Broncos. Just no, it's too hard. Like, I invest a lot. Number 2, fantastic for Canvas. All right, so we got Oathsworn Into the Deep Woods. Also, very interesting to me. What is Canvas doing so well that despite the fact Oathsworn's raised $500,000 more today, it's sitting at number 2. Very, very interesting to me. Main image, secret box, free on day 1. I think that's fantastic. The fear of missing out. The Dice Tower Seal of Excellence at a 9.3. I think that's exactly what we spotlight here. I get a sense that there's going to be big minis here. I don't think they're quite that big. I see a big box, so I know it's going to be higher shipping. A grand 1 to 4 player dark fantasy board game, epic story, brand new mechanics, and giant monsters. But the only thing I'd like to know here is the time length and the age on that. But still, I want to know more about this game. And this is really what you play for as a Kickstarter company. You're playing for that big, juicy second edition. We see it all the time. Wonderland Wars is doing it right now. Mosaic's doing it right now. They make an expansion, but most importantly, they're doing that second edition. This one just launched today. Great marquees and has piqued my interest. Likewise, 9.3 on Board Game Geek. That is very impressive. And giant monsters. I see them. As always, when you go into the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go.
Civilization was not destroyed by the hammer of war, the gnawing of plague, or the slow decay of time. It was strangled, choked by root and rot, until these cursed woods became its grave shroud. No one remembers the time before. Fablemen say there was safety then. Those days are
There's
gone.
monsters. We get it.
The trees have consumed the land. The great cities that survived the coming of the Dark Age now stand alone, islands in a sea of death. Our walls are high, but stone crumbles and the beasts of the wood bay at the threshold.
Tower defense-ish?
In answer to this threat, a great pact was sealed between the cities. Free companies were formed to hunt nightmares.
So I'm already not a fan of this video for one big reason, and that's why I still don't really know the mechanisms of the game. Because in my mind, I'm like, oh, tower defense. Do we have this castle? Are we protecting this castle? Or is this like a monster slaying game? Just get to the point already. There's a dime a dozen of games with themes like this. Oh, bad stuff happened, monsters, kill them. I get it.
Bonded in blood, they swear an oath to fight and die in defense of humanity.
Got it. Kill the monsters.
They are the blade, drawn against the darkness and all that stands between mankind and the horrors that await.
Oh, magic. I'm feeling it. Ah, I called it.
Many are the terrors of the woods, but Oathsworn don't stand alone.
There's different character types. I bet he has an axe. Oh, I nailed it! I nailed that! Axe! This is so generic fantasy. Why do I need 3 minutes of this?
Some swear it for vengeance. Then there are some who take the oath, for they know what happens if no one stands in the breach.
The world ends.
Whatever their reasons, when the darkness falls, they will stand, for they are the Oathsworn.
2 minutes of theme. And maybe it's just because I took an Adderall, but that's too much. That's too long. And I know we're supposed to get deeply invested into the story and whatnot, but that 9.3 on the main image is really carrying a big load right now. I'm still excited about this game, but not in any way, shape, or form based on the first 2 minutes.
Is a Twisting Tales game, a brand new
Components?
experience that brings story to board games like never before.
Wow.
1 to 4 players are thrust into a grim, dark
Looks like Monster Hunter at first glance.
legacy world where mankind's
Now, I do think this is a great shot showing your player board. It's different special abilities, different special cards, because that's what I want. I want a symmetrical game here.
scratches an existence in besieged cities surrounded by the Deepwood and the nightmares within it. Oathsworn is a game of two halves.
Ooh.
First, keep your wits about you as you delve into over
Wow.
200...
Now this is a great shot. This 4 seconds right here has convinced me more than the first 2 minutes. Wow. Why can't we interweave it? Why do we have to sit through the 2 minutes of crap to get through the good stuff here? Just interweave those suckers. You want to talk about your theme, that's fine. But like, if you're telling me about this story, say, you know, like how many
of
this
epic
is great.
multi-choice story.
Oof, multi-choice. Thank you. That's a buzzword I love.
By award-winning grimdark writers. Be seamless.
What's grimdark? Grimdark writers. I don't know what that means, but cool. It's not just by the company, it's by people. I get that. That's nice. Hopefully we spotlight that a little bit more later on. Pretty sure the narrators from Game of Thrones seems they want to get their money's worth. Oh. Okay. That makes sense. But still, interweave. Oh, app. Thank you.
Branching story by a fully narrated audiobook companion app.
Whoa! Why is this buried at 238? This is fantastic. That's my one thing with Destinies, which is actually launching next week on GameFound. And I feel like they're very different games. I guarantee you that, because Destinies is still a family weight game. But yeah, I'd love more games doing audio apps as well. And here's the other thing. I know there's a lot of people that don't like app integration in board games, but are any of those people complaining about narrated audio apps? I don't think so. Because you could still just read the book, but this is, whoo, love it. Love it. An iPad. Is that a first-gen iPad?
Or trace the lines of the game book yourself. A unique
I do like that. I love that. So they're saying, hey, you don't need the app, but you can use it if you like. That's fantastic. Kudos.
Twist along the branching story by a fully narrated audiobook companion app. Or trace the lines of the game book yourself. A unique mechanic bonds the story to the game maps, where you can navigate the narrative, gain allies, unlock mystery boxes, and change history with your actions.
Oh my gosh! This is so much better than the first 2 minutes, and it's just jarring how much better this 53 seconds has been. Like, it is just absolutely spotlights in my mind just how spectacular this is. This is the way. The first 2 minutes, no. Maybe if you're rolling with an RPG book or something, but for a board game, hell no. So much stuff I want to explore.
Once you find your prey, or it finds you, play moves to the encounter board, where massive monsters...
You don't know what's going to be in the box. That could be a whole thing of cards, or it could be a freaking giant rat mini with 16 little minis, which now we're going to be playing the game. Cool.
Ready.
And they're also doing a great sense of the skate. I feel like this shot, low-key, does something you might not even think about, which is it's really giving me a sense of the scale here, and I think that's fantastic. This is 3D rendered, but they still did a great job there. Kudos.
To rend your armor, warp your minds, and rot your bodies. Each horrific encounter is a multi-phase...
And that shot right there, like, just shot... Like, if you're a wrestling fan, just banger after banger after banger right here. These are beautiful images that should be in your Kickstarter if you're doing a game like this. And this is all 3D renders. Kudos to whoever did the last minute and 45 of this video. The opposite of kudos to whoever did the first 2 minutes. I gotta be fair here.
Horrific encounter is a multi-phase boss fight that reacts to you in deeply unique ways.
Oh man.
Every fight is different.
This is great.
Every one a new challenge to pit your wit and guile against. Using multi-choice abilities, cooldown manipulation, and a rich combat system, you work together to protect one another whilst bringing down your foe. Play your way with...
Look how they just showcased the thickness of the board, and you didn't even notice that. That looks like a nice thick board. That looks like a Mage War style thickness. A nice thickness I love to see. That's just... The little touches of detail in this are just top notch.
The dice or card-driven combat resolution. Bring your strength of arms to bear and pray.
I get it. I'm going to whack monsters. I figured that out. Wow! And there's the pullback. There's the pullback, and this is directly how much is it? Because it's not just going to be the one box. You're going to want everything if you're going to go into this. And I'm probably going to pay, what, $350 for this? I'm going to guess. That's my guessing range, $300 to $350. I'm just speculating. I'm also expecting some banger stretch goal here potentially. So after the video, do I want it? Yeah, once we got past the 2 minutes of fluff, absolutely, they crushed that video. They have the name of the video creators at the end? No. Kudos to whoever did it, though. That was fantastic. Do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? Yes. You mentioned right from the get-go, this is the second edition, and the first edition was a 9.3 on Board Game Geek. And this is why I say, why not have all this useful information on the front of your Kickstarter page? I already know that I want this game, I already know that you can do this game, and I already have an idea of the pledge level that I want before I have even seen one word of your story. That is a full point grade bump up for everything we've seen there. That was spectacular. Other Kickstarter companies, take note. Skip the first 2 minutes of the video, though. not that part. Okay, but that was great. So 2 created, 34 backed. This is all we do. We did Oathsworn the first time. It went spectacular. 11,518 backers. Dang, good for them. Let's check out the comments. Make sure it's not a flaming dumpster fire, which presumably I can't imagine it is if it's a 9.3 rated game. Hey Thomas, how many hours to launch? 3 hours. 11. Still no news of shipment. Should I be worried? Nope. Spoiler alert's great. Customer service. This is what I'm checking for here. It looks great. I feel super comfortable. Super comfortable. We are right now cruising for an A. Cruising for potential. Yeah, an A. I can't go A+ with that first 2 minutes, but dang, A. All right. So what do we got? Hopefully, I don't beat around the bush. We get to the price. We got a list of components. 1 to 4 players. 30 to 60 minutes per story, and 90 to 120 minutes per encounter. So they didn't put that on the main image, but that's interesting. 65 plus hours, 21 chapters. Yes, yes, yes. This is what I'm talking about. This is the crucial, useful information that I want to see up here. And while I absolutely love their main image, if they could have squeezed this in somewhere up top, it's already chopped to the bits. I think this is fantastic what they did. But just leading here, just so much. Launched 12. New York time. Yeah, they launched 12 at New York time. Thank you for the throwback, Justin. This is how you sell me on a second print run right here. Top 10 of all time. It's gorgeous. It's wonderful. I absolutely love this. Okay, whatever. I love this game. I like everything about it. I can't wait to play it some more. These are great names they have here. But maybe a little bit of what they liked about the game instead of just genius! AAA! I love it! It's gorgeous! I absolutely love this! This is one of the best games I've ever played! It's pretty fantastic. At least this one says the most immersive. But still, I love the fact that they have this shot. This makes me feel totally comfortable with getting the game, but I still think the quotes could have been better. $125, 65 hours of campaign, and now we have my first twist. I love what they did here. Still amazing stuff. Agreed. So, King Fats saying if I have $400 to blow, woo. But here's what I want to kudos here. I thought that everything here was going to be 65 hours. No. That's just the base game. We're not even talking about here, so now it just says 65 hours plus. I'm assuming it's more than 65 hours? That's an interesting choice not to tell me how much more it is. Because presumably if I'm buying 2 additional giant boxes for an extra $100, there's going to be at least, maybe 4 more hours? 5, potentially? Like, what's the difference here? Okay. Let's see if we can figure it out. It's extra boxes. What's different about the extra boxes? I wish they would have spotlighted this a little bit better. 1,240 standard cards. 1,240 standard cards, 31 mystery envelopes, 144 mini dice. What am I missing here? So why do I want this extra box? This is good. I love what they're doing. Wait approximately 25 minutes. They're setting me up for really high shipping, and I have no issues with that. They also did the kilograms, 40 pounds, 18 kilograms. Beautiful. And this is what I tell everybody. You don't have to bury the shipping information. It's not necessary. Put it with the add-ons right after. Put it after the pledges. Don't bury it at the bottom. This is shipping information. Okay? That's fantastic. The top 2, they are highlighted. Oh, what is it? They are highlighted. Thank you, Sean. So we're getting, extra large models. Oh, okay. Okay. It's one of those. Okay. I don't care then. Okay. What's in this one? The terrain box, the armory box, the metal coins, the map pack, the hardback. All right. I'm honestly pretty cool with the other one. And this is, once again, this is where practice versus, I say it all the time. Companies strive to have this be the most popular pledge level. And most of the time, based on people's Kickstarter habits, this is the most popular. Everything. All the upgrades. Everything you want. They didn't even lump sleeves in here. Kudos to them. Do they have sleeves? No, they don't. That's fine. I don't either. Slap them in the add-on. So let's see which one's the most popular. I love checking this out. So 2,386 people sitting on the fence or in there. Interesting. Access to the pledge measure. $125 for the base game. I don't have an issue with that when I see 65 hours of gameplay. I just don't. That's 30 movies. That's me going to the movies 30 times. I don't have an issue with that. 125. This feels like the kind of thing that I'm never going to find at a Target, a Barnes and Noble, something like that. This feels like the kind of thing that there may never be a third print run. Now you hope that's not the case, but I don't have an issue with that. It seems Kickstarter reasonable to me, and they did a 576 print run. Now, how many people are paying just for the extra big stuff? And we got 650. Kudos to them. I don't get it because I don't have all that disposable income, which is why you should totally check out something or other that helps me out. Click on an Amazon link. That's the easiest one. Go buy something on Amazon with a link down below. And then $900 for the big one. Kudos to them. I don't always get it, but that's just. And whenever I see that it's not that way, I say, "What's wrong?" And because that's honestly that's what they're striving for. First to second print upgrade pack. Beautiful, beautiful. Love it. I wish this was maybe right at the beginning. I wish it was its own separate pledge level so I could get a feel for how many backers are returning. But I imagine it's a huge chunk of this 2,386 backers. Woo! If I could afford the big pledge, I would, but nope. Yeah, and then the other thing is, how much shelf space is this going to take up? I mean, I know. I do okay. All right, the free company, playable characters. So now we're getting into the gameplay weeds. I just want the shipping, honestly, at this point. Stretch goals. Unlocks, this is great. Gameplay videos, I'm assuming. How to play video are probably down here, something like that. I'd love to see a video dump. I'm sure it's later on. Mysteries to unlock. I got it. Look inside the mystery boxes. Click here. Oh, you don't feel like we're showing you enough value? Well, here, you can see everything if you want to spoil it. No way. I don't have terrain or armory, but 3 Calyx shelves. That's... Wow! 3 Calyx shelves. Thank you, Yogi. I'd have to get rid of some of all the crappy games that I have, like Scrabble Up and RSVP. And then look at this shot. This is beautiful. Now, I wish this was closer to the prices, but this is fantastic. That's a great way to show how many cards you're getting. 1,240 cards. Beautiful. There's just so many well-done things in this Kickstarter campaign. And it's whoever is doing this, just kudos, because this is their second one. Oh, I didn't even... Yeah. Look at this. I want it. And this is all the 65... This is a $125 pledge level right here. Okay, and then these are the add-ons. You get the terrain box. This is all the stuff that is in the bigger pledges. The armory, customizable weapons. Are you ready? Was it worth the wait? Okay. In about 3 minutes. Surprised I don't have the quotes from here. Here's the live playthrough. Fantastic. How to not suck tips. This is game of the year. I just want the... Is there how to play? Game of special. 10-hour review. Hungry gamer. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I saw one gameplay in there, so that's cool. I got a gameplay. I got reviews, because once again, this is the second print run. Lots of mystery boxes. I get it. I just want... Solo friendly. Yeah, you mentioned that. Play your way system. Ooh. You'll never notice the free company has your back, but it doesn't mean things get overwhelming. It has a purpose-built solo mode. Wow. I would almost spotlight that a little bit more. Scroll back up just above the videos. That was... The minis are fully customizable without glue. Scroll back up just above the videos. That was amazing. Minis are fully customizable without glue. I'm not a huge minis gamer. I must have just... Ooh, what is that? Customized... Oh, that's neat. That's what that terrain pack is. Wow. That is great. And so now I am starting to say, you know, I feel like all this stuff would have been great to spotlight when you first gave me that initial shicker price. Because honestly, I was like, you know, I could pretty much just live with this. That base game at 125, that seems very reasonable. So did 576 other people. Anywho, that is a great shot, though. Yeah, it's hot damn. Indeed. Showing the dimensions, millimeters. I show inches as well. I know standard is inches, or is millimeters, but once again, the majority of people back in this project are probably from, ding, 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 the United States of America. So it's always just nice and convenient. So, because how many inches is 120 millimeters? 6 inches? 4.7. That's an impressive mini. Once again, I wasn't really worried about that. Minor nitpick. I'm just looking for the shipping here. Narration sample. Okay. Cool. Hey, that's that one guy. That's awesome. It also explains the 2-minute long video. Shipping. Wow! Is that a dolly? I absolutely adore this shot. And I say it all of the time. Shipping prices don't have to be shocking if you convey to me how it's going to be shipped, or how much stuff is going to be shipped, or anything like that, the weight of the product, and they did the weight of the product in the pledge, and then I get to the shipping area, which is still buried at the bottom. Shame. But, wow, $49 to ship all that? That's a stupid deal. Stupid. We go from 24 to 55, and so they're consolidating shipping for that pledge level, and I think that worked out for them. 79, 140, rest of the world, non-applicable. Sorry, fam. But wow. So when you factor in you're shipping 55 pounds, I say $49. You know, it's $425. That's so dumb. Okay, now that's where I kind of do have to draw the line a little bit. It's $425 versus $100. It's an extra. It's like $270 price jump for fancy stuff and big thingies. Like, that's a hard. Like, this right here is Kickstarter eccentricities, if that's a word, at its finest. Like, that's $200+ of stuff you don't need to play the game at all. But kudos to them. They're making it work. Seriously, shame on CMON. Shame. They wanted, what, $60 for one box of Dune? Ooh, I like it, Sean. Connect those dots. I don't have a problem with it. Thanks you to all 11,518 previous backers. We did the thing. You don't have to worry about it. Can you do it? Feels good. All right, let's check out the FAQ. Jesus Christ, 26. Please be organized like Reload from Colossal Games, because if it's not, it's god-awful FAQ section. Eyesore, half-point grade bump down. Half-point grade bump down! This is atrocious. If your question is question 24, I hope you really have to poop, because you're going to need to scroll through 24 other questions just to get to yours. Organize your FAQ like Reload from Colossal Games. No one will complain. Guaranteed. Just period. There's an easy way to organize these, and companies don't. Updates. Funded. Thank you. So they got this one. What to expect in the coming games. Why no stretch goals. And our next update will be telling you about the contest. So here's where I'm going to go. I'm also not a fan of this as well. The fact is, no stretch goals and no unlocks. And whatever. That's not... I think they're good, but I understand why. That's not what I'm knocking them here for. I'm knocking them for the fact that there are going to be some exciting things that they're doing throughout this campaign, and the only way I found about them was scrolling through their page for 23 minutes and then eventually stumbling onto update number 1. And I know they're going to send out updates number 1 and updates number 2, but I think that's always a good thing to mention in your story, particularly relatively early on, if you're going to be doing some exciting things. Now, maybe they're going to place them onto the page as they get there, and hopefully they will. It's just, I feel like that's something you spotlight a little bit more. We're talking about the contest. If you have any comments or questions, just post them here on Kickstarter or BGG. However, you might be able to already find your answer in the FAQ section here on Kickstarter or BGG if you don't mind scrolling through a bunch of stuff. At least with this one, you can control F it. And I also like this as well. This is getting a lot of engagement. Wow. This is how you get yourself on the hotness, people. And if you're not familiar with Board Game Geek, there's a hotness here. And getting on here if you're a Kickstarter project is a big deal. Well, despite what anyone might tell you. And I've never heard anyone not say that, so if anyone does, they're probably wrong. But look, Oathsworn number 2 right now, potentially because they have this FAQ with all these questions, 115. They even got 7 Geek Gold. But let's see, they got a whole bunch of, how big is this thread? 18 pages! So this is 18 pages of people engaging with Oathsworn about the FAQ. Beautiful. And there's now people commenting in here. So that does give me hope. I'm hoping they update that page for the exciting stuff. Please be able to ship to Mexico. How many different coins? Hopefully, yeah, they got collaborators. How many collaborators they got going on here? Plenty. So we should have some good customer service. So final grade for Oathsworn into the deep woods. Do I want it? Yes. Once we got past the 2 minutes of fluff that was just dragging. It just dragged. And it wasn't a unique or interesting theme in any stretch of the imagination. Giant monsters, go fight them. There you go. But the rest of the video, the last minute 30, spectacular. The main image I think is fantastic, mentioning that this is a 1 to 4 player, highly rated, 2nd edition, 9.3 Board Game Geek rating. You got the seal of excellence. We lead off with this shot, which showcases tons of components, 65 hours of gameplay, rated highly by pretty much everybody that you know, and then we get straight down to the business with the price. So, in the end of the day, I feel like they did a great job. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? All of that was answered pretty early. Now, the shipping, not so much, buried all the way at the bottom, which I hate, but you did allude to me that I'm going to pay really high shipping because this is a 25-pound box, so I already understood that. So kudos to them for that. I feel like they had fantastic shots. They got a ton of people who are just trying to upgrade their game, so they made their original fans happy. I feel like they did a great job of luring in new people. And at the end of the day, I feel like this is an A. I feel like they did a fantastic job on this Kickstarter page. Nitpicks aside, I think the biggest one is just that video, which, yeah, first 2 minutes, throw that crap onto the Kickstarter page somewhere for people who really want to get into the theme. Put it on YouTube and see how many people watch that. I would love to just see a social experiment like that. But I'm going to give this one an A. Let me know in the comments below. First update in under 2 hours. Yeah, 105 likes. That is fantastic. But let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for Oathsworn Into the Deep Woods. And as always, if you're enjoying the content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below as I'm trying to reach 15,000 subscribers to celebrate something regarding the number 15. Bye-bye.